Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from T&J, and we're looking at some stats here. Look at this batting WAR. Jock Peterson is actually leading the NL in WAR. Let's see the AL. So Mike Trout, no surprise there. He's leading the AL in WAR like he always does. Well, let's look at the rest of the statistics in the NL. So Eric Hosmer's hitting 331. He is killing. But nobody on our team is even close. Randy Gutierrez is 15th on this list, hitting 292. I guess if you have a top 15 player in batting average, I mean, I guess you're pretty good. But then we have nobody else really that's up there. Travis Shaw is next, 267. Let's just look at hits. Jose Abreu and Corey Seager and Hosmer top in hits. At bats, Corey Seager's up there. Will Myers is leading doubles. Ian Desmond in triples. Arcia is second in triples with 6. And our ex-Brewer, Jonathan Villar, is 6th. But he's only hitting 220 on the year, so I'm not too mad about giving him up. But Jock Peterson is ahead by 4 home runs in the NL. Let's look at the AL. So he's actually leading the majors in home runs. Miguel Sano only has 32, so only 2 back. Look at Mike Trout, 28 home runs. I mean, he's just a beast, man. But let's just go back to the NL. We don't really have anybody in the top 5 in RBIs, but we do have Jock Peterson and Frankie Gutierrez down here, 69 and 62 respectively. Jock Peterson is actually 4th in runs, and probably a lot of those runs are coming from his home runs there. But he does have pretty good speed, though, which is pretty good. He actually went down 1 in speed. I'm not really sure why he's going down in speed, but everything else he's going up in. And a lot of times I can tell, like, when he's in center field, like, he's a great center fielder because his reaction is 80, but it seems like he's moving a lot faster than that 80 reaction out in center, which helps us a lot on defense. We don't really have anybody tops in stolen bases. I know Hernan Perez is up here, so there he goes. He's 14. Jorge Mateo had 12 before the DL. It looks like he's actually making a return pretty soon. 1 to 6 days left. So we have to make a decision here. Do we keep him at the MLB level? Do we give him another chance? He was only hitting 205. So should we give him another chance or move him down, get him some work in AAA? I think I'm going to give him some work in AAA. If he does great in AAA, I'll eventually move him up. Walks, Jock Peterson is up there as well. He has pretty good discipline, 99 discipline. So he gets a lot of walks there. On base percentage, Frankie Gutierrez is up there as well. Slugging percentage, look at that. Frankie Gutierrez is number 1 in the league in slugging, and Jock Peterson is number 3. So like I said, it's fun to have 3 and 4 batters that hit the way they do. But look at this, on base plus slugging. Frankie Gutierrez is 1. Jock Peterson is down here at 5. So that's pretty good. I'm really surprised at this WAR, though. He's 5.6 is tops in the NL. We're obviously not up there in wins. Let's see, we might be up here in ERA, though. Josh Hader, 2.67. He's 9th in the NL in ERA. Let's see if we have anybody else, actually. Lance McCullers 3.28, which is 23rd in the league. So, and then Zach Davies wasn't too far behind with 25th. But home runs allowed, we don't allow too many home runs. It's just so coincidental that Vince Velasquez is on this, because every time I make a video with him, he's giving up a home run, but he has only given up 11, which is pretty close to the top. Josh Hader's number 1 in the league. Let's just see, shutouts, strikeouts. I don't know if we have anybody up here as far as strikeouts. Vince Velasquez is 133. Surprised Lance McCullers isn't up here. He has 118. So that's pretty surprising. But I guess with the year we're having on the mound, I don't know. We have the talent, we have the players, but we aren't really executing as well as we thought we would. It's so funny, dude. Clayton Kershaw dominates every year. He's age 31 now. Look at his whip. He's having 0.8 whip. I mean, yeah, you just can't make these numbers up. In 2016, he had 0.72, and now he's at 0.8. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Let's just look at who else is tops in whip. Nathan Eovaldi, he's killing for the Cubs this year. 1.86 ERA. He was actually on the I believe he was on the trade block. We saw him before. Let's see if we can find any of our guys here. Josh Hader 117 whip, Vince Velasquez 118 whip, and Zach Davies 119 whip. And then Lance McCullers is not far behind, 123 whip. So it shows that, you know, if you have this top pitching, you're gonna be a top team. Because look at the Nationals; they have 4, 5, and 6 back to back. And I don't even know what the record is. Let's check that in a second. Pitching war, Clayton Kershaw, not a surprise there. Vince Velasquez is up there as well. How is he up there? Let's just look at how good the Nationals are doing. I don't see the NL East. So 60 and 50. So they're still a game and a half back. It looks like the Braves and Mets are ahead of them. Wow. I mean, looking at their pitching alone, you would think that they're like tops there, but look at our division. We're in a deadlock with the Cubs. It's a two-way race now, but we're going up against a couple of teams here. The Indians are one, but let's just get into this gameplay, man. I'm looking to keep these bats hot, man, because Jock Peterson is heating up. We'll see, man. We got to do some things on the mound, but let's just score some runs. Let's go. So the Indians actually have an identical record with us, 65 and 47. I believe they're tops in their division. We're facing Joe Ross, 137 whip, 3.82 ERA, not bad. He's having a pretty decent year. But one thing I like about facing AL teams is that we get that DH in the lineup, and I like hitting with his DH, so we don't have to always bunt with the pitcher. So here in the first inning, Hernan Perez does get on base, and I love when he gets on base because he usually scores. Like, usually there's a trend. When he gets on base to start a game, he usually scores. So here, Franklin Gutierrez hits a hard ground ball, but the throw is offline turning 2, so they leave this inning alive first. Jock Peterson comes up. You know he has power, and he smacks one to the left center gap. He stays hot, and it seems like that error might come back to bite him, but we do hold the runner to third. But now we have Eric Thames coming up to the plate.
Right here, you got a guy in scoring position. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Looking up is Dyson, and that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning.
Yo, it's been a while since I seen Eric Thames hit a big home run like this in the first inning versus a team that is really, really good. One of the top teams in the AL. He goes deep for his 20th home run on the season, 398 feet. But we have Josh Hader on the mound, and he's looking to get his 10th win here. And, you know, I'm really happy with the progression that he's making out of all the pitchers right now. I mean, he's leading our team in wins. He's up there in whip. He's up there in ERA. I mean, he's having a hell of a season, man, and he's never, like, really struggled. Ever since he's been here, since his rookie campaign, he's had a good season. So his consistency is very much needed. And here he's getting out of the first inning after a couple of hits for the Indians. But here we're on to the second inning here. Orlando Arcia takes a pitch outside, so he gets on base. And, you know, the trend with these last few games is that we've been scoring runs early in games and often. I mean, we started out 3 runs in this game. Now we're on our way to our 4th run here with Travis Shaw hitting one to center, but the center fielder makes a hell of a catch here. That sliding catch saves a run and possibly 2 if he lets that one go past him. And Franklin Gutierrez comes up, he lines out, but Jock Peterson comes up once again.
Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Onto the home run porch and gone.
I swear there hasn't been a video where Jock Peterson doesn't hit a home run. I mean, that man has power to all fields. That time he showed he has power to left. And this lineup is scary coming into playoff shape. I mean, we are hitting well versus AL, NL teams, everybody. And it's really fun to play with these guys. I keep saying that, but it's fun, man, because Franklin Gutierrez has power. Jock Peterson has power. Lewis Brinson, he has the day off this game, but he has power. And and Travis Shaw, even him, look at that power. I mean, hard hit up the middle, man. And we are taking a commanding lead here. early in this game. I mean, we're getting early leads, and they're bringing in Alex Wood here. Alex Wood, matter of fact, is having a great season for the Dodgers this year. And there goes Franklin Gutierrez right on cue, hit to right field. And we got guys on first and second here. Jock Peterson with a chance, but he strikes out on that outside slider there. And Eric Thames has another chance, but he grounds out. So we take a 5-2 lead. But here I get a little greedy. I use the quick manage here because I want to get back to hitting. And look what happens. They tie up the game at 5. So now we're tied up at 5. And Orlando Arcia once again is getting a hit. So I like the progression that Arcia is making as well. And here he's advancing to second on a pitch in the dirt. Hernan Perez with those high socks, letting that one go. And the next pitch on a 3-2 count, he comes up, hits a pop fly to right field, and that's going to advance Arcia to third. So now we have a guy on third here in scoring position. And here comes Travis Shaw up, and he doesn't disappoint. He hits a grounder to the right side, and that's enough to move the runner in to score. And we take a 6-5 lead here. And we have Brian Shaw coming into relief late in this game. And here in the 7th inning, Jock Peterson, like I said, he's got good reaction. He's going to get to that one. And Brian Shaw, he's going to give up a little flare here to left field, but it's going to get ran down by Orlando. So now they bring in Dan Otero here out of the bullpen, and right away he gives up a hit up the middle to Tucker Barnhart, and this is going to set up a string of guys getting on base and setting up Franklin Gutierrez to end things in Cleveland.
Swing and oh my, hit him with the lead, and out of here, and I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. So a 3-run shot to left center, number 31 for him on the season, as they open up a 4-run lead.
But we do get the win. That's the most important thing. So we get 2 out of 4 versus the Indians. Let's just advance a couple weeks to this Colorado Rockies series. I want to see how our computer would do going up against a tough matchup in New York. It looks like we're facing DeGrom the second game, and then it looks like Harvey the third. So let's just see how we do through this stretch of games. Let's just see. So it looks like we beat DeGrom. It looks like we're in a critical situation here. Let's just center in this game. I trust Steve Yells to get this win, and he does get the win. So we at least get 2 out of 3. But look what happens. Junior Guerra is on the DL once again, 1 to 2 months. I'm gonna put him on a 60-day DL. He's gonna be back in time for the playoffs if we make it. Not jumping the gun here, but he'll be back in time for the playoffs. This is a big blow, but we're going to have to deal with this. It looks like we won that first game with Toronto, but let's look at our team really quick because we're going to need another guy up on the MLB level, especially especially from our relief pitching standpoint. We don't have a lot of guys that can really step in right now and do some things. We do remember we have Hunter Harvey, who's actually he actually has some MLB experience right now. It looks like he pitched about 25 innings a year ago, and this year he pitched 10 innings. So maybe we should move Hunter Harvey up. I kind of don't want to though yet. I don't know. Let's see. Does Musgrave? I moved him up last year. He didn't do so well. I do like Eddie Meeks here. He's a decent pitcher as well. You know what? I think I'm going to move up Eddie Meeks. He has a pretty good whip. 1, 2, 4 out of the bullpen. 47 strikeouts to 16. 16 walks in Double-A right now. Or is that Triple-A? Triple-A. Yeah, I mean, he's doing pretty good out of the bullpen. So let's move him up because this was a guy we drafted in our... Did we draft him in our first draft or second draft? One of those 2 drafts we drafted him in. So let's move him up. I know he's getting sick of being moved up and down. So let's just get him up there. Now let's advance all the way to this Colorado series here. Let's see how we do. So you have to auto fix that. Okay, we're in a critical situation here. Steve Geltz again. Look at his face. Look at that glitch. It's like he's a tree. That's funny. So let's send into that. So we do win that game. But look, Zach Davies gets hurt now. So let's put him on the 10-day DL. So now what's interesting is that now we need a starting pitcher. So let's look at our pitching rotation. So it looks like Youngman is the only real starter that we have coming out of the bullpen, but I actually like him in the bullpen. So we're actually going to be forced to move. You know what? This time we're actually probably going to move up Hunter Harvey because we have no choice. Because think about it. The only other starter we had was Junior Guerra, and he just got hurt. So now we're forced to move up the rookie here. So let's move him up now. So is he on the 40-man? Yeah, he's on the 40-man. Let's see his options here. So minor league options use 2 of 3. So after this is the last time we can move him down or keep him up for the rest of the season. We'll see. Is there anybody else? I'm trying to just think here. Michael Worth. He's a pretty decent guy. Is he on the 40-man? Yeah, he is. This was that 19-year-old, the guy that has the really good running fastball. He only pitched 1 inning last year. You know, I kind of want to move him just to get him some exposure here. Hunter Harvey, I still want to develop him, though. That's the thing. I don't want to move him up too soon. I want to let him develop a little bit. Even though he was getting some run with the Orioles, I still want to let him develop a little bit. So let's actually... So the advantage to moving Hunter Harvey... I mean, then we have 3 guys in our rotation that are lefties. I don't know if I want to do that. So, you know what? Let's move Hunter Harvey up. Let's just do this. So now he's on the MLB level now. Let's move him into that 5th starting spot in our rotation. Let's see what his morale is. Okay, so he's in the rotation. He's good. Everything else is good, it looks like. So you know what? I'm gonna actually play. Let's auto fix the rotation. Look at that. It just now in 2019, in real life, Cody Bellinger has moved up, but just now in 2019, the Dodgers are just now moving up Cody Bellinger. So actually, we're going to be just in time for this Colorado series for Hunter Harvey's debut. So let's just advance past this Cincinnati series. Auto fix that. So we win 2 out of 4 versus Cincinnati. We sweep the Toronto Blue Jays in a 2-game series. Who gets the loss here? Vince Velasquez with another loss. Josh Hader with another win. He's 12-4. And then Geronimo Reyes goes to 5-5. So we're now just in time for this Colorado series. That's gonna do it for this episode, though. We're gonna actually debut Hunter Harvey at the MLB level in our next episode. Looks like, see, he did go up a couple overall. Looks like his morale was boosted a little bit. So, man, hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for the next episode. Hunter Harvey's debut at the MLB level versus the Colorado Rockies.